Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are looking at any messages from your future spouse's heart. Now I did like a part 1 of this reading where I channel messages from your heart, so that reading was titled Messages from Your Heart, and then for this one, for the part 2, I decided to do a future spouse version where I channel messages from your future spouse's heart. And I decided to dedicate a completely separate reading for your future spouse's heart because I feel like for a lot of you, they have a lot to say. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this reading because I'm definitely excited. And yeah, so let's get into the piles or the groups. This will be group number 1, or pile number 1's heart. This is what it looks like. This will be group 2. Heart number 2. This is group 2's painting. Then this will be group number 3, heart 3. This will be your painting. You can take your time to select your pile or your reading. I feel like some of you could be drawn to 2 piles here, not 3 but 2. If that is the case and you feel called to, you can watch those readings if you feel drawn to. If you are drawn to only one of these, then you please watch only one. If you're drawn to none of these, I guess then today this reading might not be for you. But yeah, please listen to your intuition and do as it says, because your intuition will never lead you astray, never lead you on a wrong path. I'm gonna go ahead with the prayer of gratitude. I already lit the incense stick off camera. I didn't realize that it was paused, but yeah, here we are. I call upon the energy of peace. First and foremost, I ask the vibration of peace to touch my group number 1, 2 and 3 as I begin to read for them, as I begin this prayer. I ask for them to step into the energy of relaxation, tranquility and quiet as they choose their pile, as they watch this reading. Dear group number 1, 2 and 3, I call upon your divine spirit guides. I call upon your divine future self and their higher self. I first and foremost request for protection. Please protect my group number 1, 2 and 3 from any malicious entities, any negative energies. Please keep them filtered out. Please keep my group number 1, 2 and 3 away from gossip, away from people that want to tarnish their reputation or do something bad to them. May these people have no effect on my group number 1, 2 or 3. May all of these people's energies be reflected back to them and be returned back to them. I I request all light beings, angels, ancestors, higher selves, spirit guides to stay here, only those that have good intentions and are in favor of my group number 1, 2, and 3. If there are any non-physical beings that have any bad intentions, any bad emotions, thoughts, feelings, malicious intent, or want something bad for my group number 1, 2, and 3, or want something bad to happen to my group number 1, 2, and 3, please leave. I ask for you to leave my group number 1, 2, and 3 alone. I demand you to go back to Mother Earth. I demand you to go back to Gaia to heal. For those light beings that love my group number 1, 2, and 3, I welcome you in my heart. I welcome you into this space of my heart and into this external space that is my room where I am reading for 1, 2, and 3. My intention for this reading is to give messages, to communicate, to be a sort of a bridge of communication between 1, 2, and 3 and their future spouse and their future spouse's higher self. I hold no malicious energy in my heart. You can check. I ask you, dear spirit guides, to bless these paintings, to bless the watercolors and the water that I will be using to paint. I call upon the hearts of group number 1, 2, and 3, their future spouse's heart energy. I ask to be tapped into the heart chakra and the energy so that I can proceed with the reading. I give my thanks, I give my love to you, my dear love, who's watching this video. I am so thankful to Spirit for leading you to me and to this channel. I feel like a lot of you might be new here and watching this prayer for the first time. This is a prayer that I offer before all of my readings. Most of them are already filmed, so it will be there. And since I am an intuitive artist, I use watercolors as my primary method of divination, since I have a sacred connection to the sacred element, which is the water. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you have as much fun as I did during this reading. And I thank you so much for stopping by. As always, I love you, and I will see you at your reading. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose group number 1, this is going to be your reading. I call upon my dear pile number 1 spirit guides, their future spouses and their higher self. I call upon them with a hand on my heart as I start painting their energy. Okay. I feel like your future spouse could be somebody who's on the introverted side or somebody who doesn't talk much. I feel like they don't talk. It's like their actions speak for themselves. They are somebody who believes in action. They don't believe in empty words. They probably had some kind of an experience where people used to talk big and then they realized that, oh, like these people are just talk, you know. Talk and all mouths. What is that phrase? People that talk loudly or talk much, but their actions don't match up with what they say, right? They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm going to start my own business and I'm going to be a millionaire and this and that, but they're not going to put in any actions towards their goals, is what I'm seeing. So that's the very first thing I'm getting. So your future spouse is the opposite of that, and they have made themselves the opposite of that. And I feel like that's going to be, they are like that in life, but they are also going to be like that with you. And they will communicate with you as time goes by. They will be vulnerable with you. They will share what they think. So they are good at communication, but I just feel like they have like a quiet energy, because every time I tap into it, I'm not getting anything like words as such. Usually, sometimes, for some groups, the future spouses will come in and speak. So, but for this one, I'm not getting that. Your future spouse could be somebody who is a Scorpio, or somebody who has a lot of 8th house placements, a lot of Pluto energy, because I'm seeing that for some of your future spouses are rich or on the abundant side if they're not rich. But I'm getting that they like to dress in normal clothes, like they don't wear designer clothes, they don't wear designer shoes. They probably, they'll shop at Walmart. They won't go, even though they can afford it, they could, if they wanted, they could afford designer brands. But I feel like they don't go to these stores, because they're like, I have nothing, like I don't need to wear my wealth on my body in order to prove that I'm someone, right? Like your future spouse has a very healthy self-esteem, and they know that, luxury brands are just like a marketing gimmick. They are targeted towards people who don't have money instead of the ones that they have money, because people that have money will not waste their money on buying too many luxury things. Like very old money vibe. You know how old money people dress? They don't wear a lot of trends. Like it's very classy. They don't believe in buying too much, right? They are good at investments. Like they leave so much wealth. They have so much wealth that it's passed on for generations. Right now, obviously, they're going to have to be smart about it. And I feel like your future spouse, if they don't come from an old money wealthy family, there is definitely a feeling of like they will have so much wealth that they will pass, they'll be able to pass that wealth down, or pass some kind of abundance down to their children and their grandchildren, is what I'm feeling. Like there's some kind of legacy here. There's some kind of like they have changed something in their family. They have changed something in their family. And I feel like it's more of a psychological pattern or an emotional pattern, right? Because let's say there is a lot of poverty mindset, just hypothetically. There is a lot of poverty mindset in their family, and they used to be poor, your future spouse. And then they decided that, okay, I need to learn how to make wealth. Now, obviously, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of skills that you need to learn. So I feel like your future spouse is kind of in the process of putting in that work. And when you meet them, I feel like they will be more or so already abundant. Like they're 80% done, 70-80% done on their way to be very rich. And I feel like for a partner, they're looking for somebody classy. They're looking for somebody who doesn't want drama, because the very first thing I'm getting from this, the first color that I picked up is blue, and I always associate blue with a lot of tranquility, a lot of peace. It's like their heart doesn't want drama. I feel like maybe in the past they had some women or some people, some men that were really immature, and they didn't respect your future spouse's space. They didn't respect their energy, and I feel like they're just looking for somebody classy. Your future spouse might not know that they are, on their way to be very, very rich, because they cannot see it, but I, as a reader, can see that and can sense that. This is a beautiful energy to read. I like it. I feel like your future spouse is on the right now. As I read the energy, your future spouse is kind of deciding, okay, I'm done, right? I'm done with drama. I don't want all this. I just want to focus on my work. Your future spouse could be somebody who's highly empathetic, somebody who's highly emotional. They could have water placements, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, but they don't have to have. I see this person being highly emotional, highly emotionally mature and intelligent, and they are now in the process of deciding, okay, I don't want drama. Let me cut all of this out, because this is not the kind of life I envision for myself. And if that requires cutting out toxic people or people that have energy that I don't want to welcome in my space, then I'll remove these people. And I don't feel like your future spouse is angry, or like they're kind of done with that rage phase. They're like, it is what it is. These people are who they are, and I can't do anything about it. I cannot change them. I'm not gonna try. I'm just going to focus on myself and on my own growth and on my own healing. And if they want to join me, well and good. If they don't, well and good. Like, I'm gone. And I feel like now they are very committed to their spiritual journey. I don't feel like they know about tarot. For some of you, they could, but they might not believe, or they might not think that, they might think it's a gimmick or something. Yeah, definitely some 8th house placements. I feel like the emotional side of your future spouse is kind of covered right now, because we are doing a heart-centered reading. We are literally, I try to directly connect to their heart and give you messages, because that's what this reading is about. But they almost like held me, at like a distance. Like, they held my energy to a distance, and they were like, okay, I don't know who this is. I'm not about to let a stranger in my space. But now that they know that I'm reading for you, they are opening themselves just a little bit. They're saying that it's hard for them to be emotional, because they know that they live in a world where emotions are treated as weakness. Emotions are seen as something that is not good to have. Like, it's not good to be emotional. And I feel like your future spouse, whether it's a man or a woman, I feel like they have gone through this a lot in their life, that they cannot fully express themselves, or they cannot communicate, they cannot be emotional, they cannot show their emotions on their face. Like, they cannot show that they care. They do care, but they cannot show it. But I feel like with you, they want to show you that they care. They're just being positive. They're trying to be positive with you. I feel like with you, they will be positive, but with other people, they are not. That's what I'm feeling. Now, just for a second, as I was speaking there, I saw like a lot of blood. I feel like your future spouse has had their heart broken many times. Now, this does not have to be a romantic breakup as such. This could just be, life. I was watching this drama the other day, and one of the characters said, life feels like a series of punches in the gut, like strong punches in the gut, one after the other, one after the other. And I just remembered that, and I feel like your future spouse has had a difficult life, and I feel like the one thing that's coming out very strongly is that their heart and their soul just craves peace. And I feel like you are similar to them in a way, like you are on your spiritual journey, and of course they are on theirs. And you are also in the process of like, okay, I need to focus on my mental health, I need to focus on myself, I need to cut out people that are not good for me. And that is why you're even watching this reading, that is why you're even watching any tarot readings. If you were not committed to yourself, if you were not committed to your journey, then you would not be on my channel. So that is what I'm feeling, that you both of you have this same energy of really being committed. So at first I was like, okay, I'm not seeing like a lot of romantic messages. I don't know, like, will pile number one like this reading? But I have to be, honest to what comes out. And this is what is coming through. So I just wanted to let you guys know. It's like there is a part of them that's completely romantic, completely vulnerable, emotional, but they don't show that part to the world. And I feel like you understand exactly why. I don't even have to get into the explanation of why they're like this, because you yourself will understand why they're like this. Your future spouse is very, very romantic with you. They're so private that they don't even want to show me how they might flirt with you, or what's going to happen behind the scenes, in the bedroom and stuff. And I'm just going to respect your future spouse's boundaries and their higher self's boundaries. If they don't want to show me, then I'm not going to push it. But I just wanted to let you know that they want you to know everything about them directly, right? Like not through a medium or a third party, which would be me. Definitely a lot of Scorpio energy here. Scorpios are so secretive. They just said they're my baby. I'm meaning you. Like, they're saying to me that they're my baby, meaning pile number one is my baby. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are Cancer placements and you like to hear that. It's like they have a romantic side in their heart, and it's only and specially reserved for you. Like, I'm literally seeing a heart in front of me, and it's huge. It's bigger than me. Like, I'm standing in front of it and it's huge. And I don't see any walls or anything like that. Like, I don't see any barriers, but it's like there is a transparent kind of a barrier. And every time I try to go in, it's like my access is restricted. And it's like, no. They don't hate me. They they are not trying to stop me actively, but I'm just standing there, or like at the gate, if you can understand what I mean. I'm just standing there, like I'm not trying to break that, because I feel like they are not giving me permission. So I'm not going to try to force my way inside their heart, because if they don't want to give me permission, then I can't do that, because it will be traumatizing. I also got the feeling that there have been people in the past that forced their way inside their heart, that forced their heart to kind of break and their walls to kind of crumble, because these people wanted to do something bad to your future spouse, and they needed your future spouse's heart to be vulnerable, because it would be easier to hurt somebody who doesn't have boundaries, right? And that's why they're like showing me those feelings and those emotions inside them, that this has happened to me, and I can't let that happen again to me. And if that is okay with you, I will just talk to pile number one directly. Of course, like, pile number one, they want to show you what's inside their heart, metaphorically and literally speaking. But if this person is a Scorpio, they don't have to be like a Scorpio sun sign. But I just feel like that's the energy that I'm picking up, right? They could have Scorpio in natal chart, 8th house placements, but none of that matters. Placements don't matter. It's the energy that matters. So I'm feeling that there's somebody who is very intense and passionate in love. I feel like you're going to be swept away by the level of intensity that this person loves you with. They're a very intense person. It's like an all or nothing kind of thing. Like, if they are your friend, you're their friend forever. They're very loyal. I'm getting strong loyalty, very strong loyalty. And it's like if they are in your corner, if they've decided to protect you, they will protect you with their life. No joke. They are not even this is not an exaggeration. They will seriously protect you with their life. Like, if there was a bombing, god forbid, but if there was a bombing and like you and your child was like in a room, and they would come in and protect you both, like put their body in the line of fire and protect you both. Okay, so I see why they're so protective. It's because their heart is very open, and a lot of people have tried to take advantage of it. So I get it. I get why they would be, try to be careful. I feel like people in the past have taken advantage of the fact that your future spouse is very giving, and your future spouse is somebody who's very loving, because they wanted that for themselves. It's like they were like parasites, right? Like, they wanted that love for themselves, but they didn't give anything back to your future spouse. And I feel like your future spouse feels very drained, and that is why they don't want this kind of energy around them anymore. They're like, I'm done with that nonsense. I also keep seeing yellow, so just let me pick up some yellow. I feel like they used to be like a happy child, but then life happened, and then everything changed. And I feel like that's a very Scorpio experience, right? Because it's like the universe doesn't allow a Scorpio to rest. Like, they will just constantly go through something and go through something, and they're always going through something. And it's hard for the Scorpio. They're going to have a lot of feelings for you. Like, I'm seeing like the kind of feelings where they might not even be able to put it in words. It's like the emotions completely overtake them. I don't want to use the word overwhelm, okay? I'm using the word overtake. It's like their feelings will completely overtake them. Have you seen that scene in Pride and Prejudice where I forgot the male character's name? Oh my god, I'm so sorry if there are any fans of Pride and Prejudice out there. But you know, the masculine, he goes to visit Keira Knightley's character, and she kind of turns around and she's surprised to see him, and I think she asks him, you know, why are you here? Like, she's surprised, like, why did you come here? And he just stares there. He just stands there. I don't like. He takes such a long time to respond uh, to what she's saying, because that's the kind of feeling I'm getting from your future spouse. Like, they're not going to be able to speak in your presence, you know? Like, you make them speechless. You make them so speechless, they're almost like scared that they are constantly making a fool out of themselves, and they don't want to do that in front of you. Yeah, but that's the energy that I'm picking up here. Very cute. It's like their heart is upside down for you. Very interesting. I've never picked up something like that before. It's like their heart is upside down. Finally, I feel like they're saying, just wait for me. Just wait for me, dear love, because I'm coming. I feel like I'm almost done with your painting, and your future spouse or spirit guides are not asking me to do anything else here. I just want to add some now it's good. I was called to put some last, like a darker tone there. I don't know why, but yeah, this is what your future spouse's heart painting looks like. Like, I'm still feeling like there is, like, do you know how boxes sometimes will be packed in like a transparent plastic, you know, like these ones, right? And there's like a, like, you won't be able to tell that it's covered because it's transparent, right? But then when you hold the box in your hand, you realize that, oh, okay, like it's sealed in like a plastic kind of thing. And that's what I'm feeling from your future spouse, that they have like a transparent coating shield, not coating, like a transparent shield around their heart, and I don't have access. I feel like if you try to connect to their energy directly, you might be able to, but I feel like this was it for all of the messages and everything they wanted to say. I don't feel like anything is left. I'll just ask once again if there's anything. No, they're saying that wait for me. Wait for me, I'm coming. Okay, that's what they said. Pile number 1, group number 1. This is your future spouse's heart. I hope you like this reading. I'm going to take the time to thank the channel painting, the water, the watercolors for allowing me to channel for you today. I would like to thank you, my dear soul, your future spouse's higher self. I honor both of your boundaries, and it's an honor for me to do a reading and to connect you both through this reading, through the energy of this reading. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. I'll leave it in the description so it's easy for you to access. And this was it, pile number 1, group number 1. I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you in the next video, hopefully. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 2, this is going to be your reading. Pile number 2 is future spouse, higher self, spirit guides, please come through. I'm getting a very like a bubbly, joyful kind of energy right from the get-go. Getting a very, very bubbly, joyful kind of energy here. It is possible that your future spouse could have Leo energy, but they don't have to have that. But I'm just getting that vibe of, like, you know how Leos are so dramatic, and sometimes they'll exaggerate. They'll be like, really, you would make a joke on me? Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm picking up. But they do it in a very cute way, so even if you don't like that, you're going to like it with your future spouse. So I'm getting this color, which is the Cascade Green. Let me just clean my palette so that there is space for this color, because I don't have space for this color at all. I'm going to put it there. Oh. Just a little bit. Your future spouse could be a combination of either fire signs or earth signs, is what I'm picking up here. They could be a Virgo, Leo, Capricorn, or a combination of this kind of energy. Okay, so messages from their heart, please. Messages from their heart, please. My heart is so full of love for you. How could I possibly explain it, my love? It's not that my heart is yours, but my heart is you. Because every cell in my heart beats for you. I stay alive for you. You are the reason for my existence. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for spirit to allow us to meet in the physical. Maybe it's not time yet, but please do not forget that I exist and that we will be together. I want to pour all of my love in you. I want to watch you fall apart in my hands. I hope you see me as somebody who's worthy of you. What is your love language? I'm gonna try and figure it out. And then I'm going to give you the world. And I know you probably don't want it, because you can take care of yourself, I know. But taking care of you makes me happy. And I'm not doing this because I want you to owe me something. I'm doing this as an expression of my love for you. I know you're focusing on yourself, focusing on your growth. And I'm so proud of you. You have come so far. So don't give up now. I know that for you, sometimes life feels bleak. Sometimes it's too hard to go on. But will you go on anyway, my love? Because I'm waiting for you at the end of the tunnel when you're done with your journey. What if for all of the hardship that you faced, you get years and years of happiness with me? Would you want that? Would you want me? My love bleeds out of my heart for you. I cannot contain it. My heart is too small to hold all of the love that I have for you and that I will have for you. It doesn't matter who you are or the fact that we have not met yet, because I'm already in love with your existence. I'm already in love with you. You don't have to prove yourself to me. You are worthy in my eyes. You are beautiful in my eyes. I hate that some people try to make you feel bad for being yourself. You are unique, here to do unique things. So why would you ever want to be ordinary? I hope you take the step to shine bright, my dear love, because that's how I'm going to find you. I know you're probably scared of shining or having a lot of attention on you, but you are not built to be dim. You are not built to be small. You are not built to be held down. You're built to have your wings free. You were built to fly. You were built to have everything that you ever wanted and to achieve the life of your dreams. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of you. Don't you see that it would be an honor for me to love you and for me to be part of your life? This is not about giving or receiving or taking love. I want to pour into you for the simple reason that you are a piece of my soul. You are a piece of my heart. For the simple reason that you are a part of me, and that truth is irreversible. You don't have to accept me if you don't want to. But I hope that one day down the line you choose me back. Please choose me back. Sincerely, yours. Pile number 2, there seems to be a certain sadness to your future spouse right there at the ending there, when they were ending speaking through me. I felt like a hint of sadness that for some reason they feel like you wouldn't choose them. I don't know why. Maybe it's just them feeling slightly insecure or unworthy. Not to say that they have, insecurity issues or something like that, but, sometimes men will get nervous when they approach a woman. Like they don't know if the woman will accept his advances or completely reject them. And there's always that fear of rejection. So, men are careful, or anybody is careful when they approach another person. But I'm picking up on like a masculine energy. But of course, like your future spouse doesn't have to be a man or a woman if that is not what you want. But there was a hint of sadness there at the end that they feel like you would not choose them for whatever reason, and they're asking you to choose them because in their heart they've already chosen you. You already live inside their heart. You already live inside their head. You are already under their skin, and you haven't even met yet, and they know that it's probably delusional or crazy. That's what they think, that somebody will call them crazy if they knew that your future spouse thinks this way about you. But we are connected in the spiritual, and I feel like they somehow feel a connection to you. I don't know if you feel a connection to them as well, but they definitely feel a connection to your higher self. It's like they're picking up on your energy a little bit. Not completely, but a little bit. Like, you guys have yet to meet in the 3D, but they can pick up on, it's like they are picking up on your smell, but they don't know who that smell belongs to yet. They also left saying yours, sincerely yours. So they didn't say your future spouse or your partner or your lover. It's straight up simple, like yours. You know, like it's like your heart writing a letter to you. And that's how they're signing it. They want that they live inside your heart just like you live inside theirs. Just like you are an irrevocable part of them. Oh my god. That's how they want to be a part of you as well. So it's like they're asking for permission, like, will you accept me? Will you love me? It's a little bit like, you know how marriage vows are done, like, and then both of the partners will say I do, like, I do accept this person as my partner, as my forever be. And like, but there has to be the marriage is so much more, like, the marriage ceremony happens in the physical, right? But there is a certain spiritual consent that is to be given, right? Like, if somebody doesn't want to love you, they're not going to love you, right? So the consent is not given there. Even if people get married, but they don't, sometimes in some marriages love does not exist. So I'm getting that here both is very important to them. Getting married to you, of course, is very important, but before that they want to know if your heart belongs to them as well, but not in a possessive, creepy way, of course, but in a loving way. It's like they want to, if they could, they would fuse your hearts together. They would stitch your hearts together. It's like, it doesn't even matter, like, stitching doesn't even matter, because your heart beats inside me. That's what they're saying, like, you are my lifeline. Maybe in the past life, like, you saved each other's life or something, or one of you saved someone, and that's the kind of energy I'm picking up, just a little bit. I'm also sensing like a flood of feelings going through your future spouse, like from head to toe. Everything, like, love with you is going to be such an intense experience. I don't feel like your person is intense. I feel like they are chill, they are adventurous, they are, you know, very fire energy. But with you, it's like they're in a completely different space. It's like they could be fun and loving and then suddenly have this very intense eye for you. You know what I mean? Like, they are going to look at you that way because they desire you so much after marriage, obviously, in a very respectful way, obviously. It's like they themselves are taken aback by the intensity of their love for you, and they are going to be like, my god, I'm so whipped for pile number 2, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They're proud of you, pile number 2. They'll be like, some people or their friends might, some toxic people might try to make fun of them, like, oh my god, marriages are boring and this and that and blah blah blah, whatever. And then your future spouse is like, nope, that's not going to happen to me. I'm proud of, like, sometimes boys will make fun of other boys and be like, oh, you're going to go, spend time with your girlfriend, like, whatever, oh, you're, like, she's got you wrapped around her finger and this and that. And then your future spouse would respond to something like that and say, like, yeah, so what? I am wrapped around her finger. So what? I feel like this is happening more with the masculine and not the feminine. Like, the feminine does not have friends here who will do something like that, but the masculine here could be made fun of potentially. But your future spouse doesn't feel bad, or they take it in a stride. They don't feel bad about it. They're not taking it too seriously. They're like, people talk, like, they know people talk, and it's like, I'm not going to waste my time by taking this to heart. It's whatever. Your future spouse is very good at not paying attention to things that shouldn't be focused on, right? Like negativity, or somebody overreacting, or somebody reacting negatively to something that they say. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why they are such a happy soul. It used to not be like that always, but they found that discretion is also a sort of power. Like, you have to know what to ignore, right? Like, you have to know what to not pay attention to, right? Like, especially if it's not good for your mental health. Like, you can't keep doing that again and again and again. And I feel like your future spouse really understands this, and they just want to fill themselves with love. Like, they want their life to be filled with love, with family. Like, I'm seeing a bunch of kids playing, and I'm seeing you and your future spouse watching your kids with so much love, and it's such a feeling of togetherness and bonding. It's almost like bringing me to tears. But I will not cry, pile number 2. But I just wanted you to know the kind of picture that they are painting and what they're showing me. They envision like a happy family life with you. That's something that they want. That's something that they want. I feel like they think that children are a sacred existence. Children are like a portal into source themselves, like a portal into God, because they are closest to God, right? They are closest to their authentic selves. They are closest to being whole. A human child is born whole and complete. And they see children to be a very sacred existence, and the process of having children to be a very sacred experience. So if you are the feminine watching here, and when you get pregnant, they are going to be all over you. Like, they will be very doting, very, very tuned to your feminine energy. They will know, like, when your hormones change, or when you have mood swings, when you're craving something, when you're craving the other. It's like, you might be thirsty and you might ask for water, but before you ask, they'll give it. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm feeling. If you are the masculine watching this, I feel like the feminine here is going to be very connected to the child, and I feel like you're going to be happy watching that. The process, like, you'll be like, okay, I chose the correct person, because she's going to be very, very connected to her womb, her child. It's like I'm suddenly seeing like a thread that is fusing all 3 of your hearts together. You know how you see that kind of line that on a heart monitor, and you see the heartbeat like this? But I'm seeing that line indicating all 3 of your hearts. So it's like one line for all 3 of your hearts, because all 3 of your hearts are connected. I don't know why I'm saying 3. Maybe you'll have only 1 child, I don't know, but take it as it resonates. Some of you might have more than 1 child. Could be Cancer placements, but you don't have to be like a Cancer Leo kind of energy. But even if your future spouse doesn't have Cancer, I feel like they're very committed to family. They're very loyal. They'll be very loyal to you, pile number 2. And they'll be very loyal to your child as well, pile number 2. Like, you'll never have to worry that your future spouse is having an affair or something after marriage and things like that. Like, this is a highly spiritual union, and your spirit guides are wanting to come through, and they are watching over this. Like, they're watching over you. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, this was at pile number 2. This is what your heart looks like. I hope you like it. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on mystique.𝒫𝒾𝓁28@gmail.com. I'll leave it in the description. But I would like to give thanks to you to your future spouse and their higher self, to the sacred painting, to both of your hearts and every energy that came through. I honor you. I thank all of the water, all of the watercolors that I used today. I thank all of your spirit guides, higher selves, for higher beings, for being with me throughout this reading. And hopefully you enjoyed this reading, pile number 2. I'll see you in my next one. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. I cherish you, and it's my honor that you clicked on this reading and that you are here as part of my sacred space and as part of my soul family. I'm so proud to have known you, and yeah, I hope you guys meet soon. Bye. Hello my loves, if you chose group number 3 or the third heart, this is going to be your reading. I feel like you guys, some of you guys could be new here, or a lot of you are clicking on this reading for the first time. So hi, this is Mystique and I'm an intuitive artist, and I will be painting the energy of your future spouse's heart today. And while I channel and while I paint, I'm going to channel messages from your future spouse's higher self, from their heart, and anything they want to say, anything they want to communicate. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that for you. So the very first thing that, as I was speaking, your future spouse higher self brought me to is they highlighted the word communicate. So I feel like I'm picking up on a little bit of Gemini, witty kind of energy. Like your future spouse is very good with words. They might like writing love notes to you, or they'll leave like sticky notes around the house for you. If they go somewhere, they leave like a note, like a written note that, you know, I'm going here, like don't wait for me or whatever. It's like they're filled with romance. Like I'm picking up Gemini energy, very witty, and they'll do it in a way that is unique. They'll do it in a way that is different. So I'm picking up on air energy a lot, but your future spouse doesn't have to have air placements, which is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but I'm just picking up on the fact that they have a unique way of how they will approach you, how they will show you love. Like things are going to be fresh even after you guys get married. Like the romance is still going to be there, the passion is still going to be there, and your future spouse is going to find different ways to communicate the fact that they love you. So sometimes it could be by giving you flowers, sometimes it could be by writing a note to you. They might keep like a journal or a diary for you, or you might like having a journal or a diary for them, where you guys write everything and share everything. I don't feel like your person likes to fight, honestly, and they actually hate fighting. Definitely hate it, absolutely, like even when it is necessary. It's like, can't we like just sit down and talk it out, like talk it peacefully? I feel like your future spouse doesn't handle conflicts well, which I feel like is a great thing, like a great quality to have in a partner, because then if you are, if you date a person who always trying to get in fights and always making mountains out of molehills, then it can be a very painful and taxing experience over time. And I feel like your future spouse just doesn't like that kind of energy. Like they would rather be with somebody who's mature and capable of reaching a solution, reaching a resolution, and they have a very mature approach to relationships. I feel like your future spouse doesn't date around. They don't date easily. Like their heart is not easy to get a hold of, is what I'm getting. your future spouse might look like the kind of person that dates around. Or I feel like when people talk to your future spouse and your future spouse says, oh, I've not, I haven't been with anybody, I haven't dated anybody, then people get surprised, like, oh, like, how is that possible? Because your future spouse could be somebody who's very social, like a social butterfly. If not, they are definitely very respectful of people and their space, and like, everybody just loves, like, your future spouse. And it's hard for people to believe that your future spouse would be single, because they would, like, in people's heads, your future spouse has so many options, right? And then when your future spouse says, like, okay, I do not want options, like, I want an actual connection with a person, I'm not looking for meaningless situationships where my heart is not involved. Like, they enjoy the process of being in love, like, they enjoy the whole like, from beginning to end, like, it's a whole process, right? Like, falling in love, like, dating phase is very different, marriage is very different, right? And it's a whole thing. And your future spouse really enjoys every stage with you. Like, they love love, right? They love romance. They are the kind of I feel like your future spouse might have spent, like, they love watching romantic movies and thinking about, like, what their person is going to be like and what their life will be like. They love, like, they're such a romantic and idealist at heart. Very pure energy your future spouse has, very pure energy. And your future spouse is definitely going to enjoy every stage with you. It's like, when dating, during the dating phase, things are going to be fresh, and they'll be taking out on a movie, or they'll be planning, like, they love that process, like, the planning of it, the thinking of it. How are they going to make you feel loved? Watching you smile when they get you flowers, or when they do something that you love, watching you happy. Like, I feel like watching you smile and watching you be happy is something that will just completely light up their day. And like, have you guys seen that um, what is that called? I'm forgetting what it's called, but there's a Bollywood movie called 𝔵𝒫𝓿𝓮, and in that, the female actress, 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝑒, she's playing this character called Shanti Priya, and Shah Rukh Khan is playing the male character, and he's in love with her. So when she, she is like a star, and she's walking in front of him, so she doesn't look behind, right? And and he's, like, anticipating, he's just walking behind her, right? Like that, like, nervous, like, he just doesn't say anything, like, he just keeps walking behind her. And then suddenly she kind of turns around, like, oh wait, what's going on, is somebody following me? And she turns around, and he just, like, puts both of his heart on his hands, and, like, makes this motion of, like, falling behind. And then the security guards come in, and they catch, and they take him away because she is, like, a famous actress, and he is just a fan. And I feel like that's the kind of energy I'm getting from your future spouse. Like, your future spouse is going to be your biggest fan. Like, you rule their heart. It's like, what messages do you even want from their heart? Like, they're saying, like, what messages do you want from my heart? Like, it belongs to you, it's yours. So it's like, that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up here. Let me find an orange, because I don't have a lot of orange in my palette. I think I made this orange. Yeah, I made it. How did I make it? I forgot. Let me just see if I've written anything here. Okay. No. Oh, okay. I guess we'll just have to make another orange using some different colors. Let me try to use some yellow. Oh my god, it turned into orange. Wow, can you guys see that? I don't know if that's visible on camera, or does it look orange on camera, but there we go. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. they're literally showing me like a rib cage. You know where the heart is supposed to be, right? Just behind the sternum, like under the rib cage, between there. That's where your heart is situated. And every time I try to get into that energy, I'm immediately just shown like fire for you, fire. I'm also hearing the song Fire by BTS, but that's not like a romantic song, but it's a beautiful song. It's a great song, okay? And I am just being taken to that song. I feel like I want to paint this yellow. So because I am not being called to pick up any other colors, so just going to do that. Now I'm being taken to soda light. Okay. Your future spouse is like, don't you know that I missed you? Don't you know that? I feel like your future spouse is the kind of person that can make anybody happy. Anybody. And I feel like they like seeing other people happy. Especially your happiness is like gold to them, literal gold. And hmm. I'm also getting the Hindi song from the same movie, the Om Shanti Om that I mentioned. And I think the lyrics of the song are आँखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं दिल. God, it's such a good song. I feel like they want to dedicate that song to you. Like, you guys should go and watch the music video. If there is, I think it should be on the internet. I think the movie was released like years ago, decades ago, but I'm just being taken to that. So there must be like a clip of it somewhere. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about, like the kind of way that Shah Rukh Khan falls behind like that in a very dramatic way. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Pile number 3. Your future spouse's heart is filled with romance for you. Just absolutely filled to the brim with love for you. God, this is such a beautiful energy. I love your future spouse's energy. Pile number 3. It is so positive and so pretty. Definitely love reading for you. I always love my readings, but this is one of the most unique future spouse energies that have come through. Yes, you're welcome, welcome. Your future spouse was like, thank you, thank you. So that's why I was like, yeah, you're welcome. But I feel like this is what your future spouse's heart looks like. Like, this is the energy. It's bright and optimistic and beautiful. I feel like your future spouse doesn't keep negativity piled up in their heart. When I tap into the energy of their heart, it's very clear. It's like I'm looking inside clear water, and it's not hard to channel or get answers. Sometimes some future spouse, higher selves, they don't allow uh, readers to read energy because they don't trust like any foreign presence, and in that case I have to honor that. Something like that came up with in previous readings, and in pile number 1 I never forced like my entry. I never forced myself way inside if it's not allowed, if access is not granted. But in this reading I just felt like your future spouse has an open heart. They trust easily. They are so much like a child, but the best qualities of a child. Not to say that they're childish or they're immature or something, but I feel like they're very, very in touch with their inner child, and that is why people enjoy hanging out with your future spouse, because your future spouse will do like the most adventurous thing. They will do some fun things. They don't believe in living life in a boring way, kind of. Like, they want to do everything, they want to try everything, and that's the kind of vibe. And so people love hanging out with the future spouse, because if people are usually very serious, which is what you'll see in cities, like it's a fast-paced life, and we're stressed, like they're unhealthy, we're eating food like junk food because there's no time to eat, there's no time to like take care of yourself, of your health. You can't spend a lot of time with your family because you're working so much, and it's a very stressful, hectic life. And your future spouse is like, relax, dude. And I'm not getting that your future spouse like parties a lot or drinks a lot. It could be, but I'm not getting that. Your future spouse has their own way of having fun, and they're like, why should I let the world decide what is fun for me? Like, I'm gonna do what I think is fun and what I have fun doing, right? So if they love playing a guitar, they'll play a guitar, and they'll play it badly. Okay, they'll be like, the chords will be out of place, and it will be out of tune, it won't be proper, it won't be like music. But I see that their family is kind of laughing, and they were kind of like looking forward to your future spouse playing guitar, because they thought that your future spouse made progress, and then your future spouse explains to them, the point is not being good, the point is having fun, the point is doing things that make you happy. Like, that's why I'm doing this. Like, you don't have to enjoy music, you know what I mean? And then everyone's kind of bursts out laughing, and they get the point, and they're like, yeah, if you don't have fun doing something, then there's no point doing it for the rest of your life, right? And I feel like your future spouse is very connected to their heart, because this is one of the clearest energies that I have read, like one of the sound clearest, happy, bright energies that I have read up until now. So this was very fun for me too, pile number 3. I hope you had fun listening. Finally, is there anything else you would like to communicate with pile number 3? They're saying, wait for me. Like, this is exactly how they say it. Wait for me. Will you wait? Can you wait for me? I know it's hard. I know. But I'm coming to you. I'm coming for you. You think spirit can keep us apart? You think God can keep us apart? You think a solar system can keep us apart? You think the universe can keep us apart? No, I'm going to make this union happen. And I'm going to come for you. And for those of you that are 18 plus, take the last bit as more 18 plus side note. I can't reveal a lot of like 18 plus details here because YouTube is very strict. But if you guys want any 18 plus readings, if you want to purchase any of those, let me know. I have like a lot of 18 plus readings which I don't post publicly on YouTube. But yeah. And is there anything else? Why is my brain so foggy? It's like I'm forgetting what to say, or like I'm forgetting to focus. I feel like this is how your future spouse is going to feel. Like, they are going to stumble on their words. They usually don't do that. They don't stumble. I feel like people might see your future spouse as very confident just because they are outgoing, just because they're adventurous, just because they are happy, you know. But your future spouse gets nervous around you, and they will get nervous around you. Let me show you what your heart looks like, your future spouse's heart, I mean. I hope you like this painting, pile number 3. I definitely love it. I'm not used to like bright colors. I usually love dark colors, if you can tell by the color of the table and everything, literally black. So yeah, it's nice to have an energy like yours here. It's such an honor to do a reading for someone like you, pile number 3. Your future spouse is definitely very fun to read for and to read the energy of. Yeah, if you want to book a personal reading with me or buy any 18+ readings, let me know. You can communicate with me through my email ID, which is 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮 𝓛𝓸𝓿𝓮 @gmail.com. It will be in the description so that it's easy for you to see. And yeah, I would like to thank you for being here, pile number 3. You lifted my energy, and your future spouse as well, your higher self, your spirit guides, the sacred water, the sacred painting, and the sacred colors that I used today, that I used to channel today. I love you so much. Hopefully you'll stop by again, or you'll subscribe, because I would love to have you as part of my soul family. And yeah, I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye.